Good morning to everyone. I'm Radar Anderson, and I am a survivor of domestic violence. And I would like to share some words of hope on today. There are times, as I've stated before, that I may appear like a broken record, but it's because the message and the situation surrounding domestic violence is so serious. I really need people to really listen and absorb the message and take it serious because it is very serious. Psychological and emotional abuse. This is when the victim is told, for example, that she is ugly, fat, hopeless, stupid, a bad parent, etc. Forms of this kind of abuse include stalking and intimidation, or emotional blackmail of the victim. For example, by saying, if you really loved me, you would, so on and so forth. Social abuse. This is when the victim is not allowed to see the people she wants to see, or doesn't see family or friends because it isn't worth all the arguments. Financial abuse. This is when the victim is not given enough money to feed and clothe herself or her children, or receives no money for paying bills, but is expected to make ends meet. It is also when the partner forces the victim to hand over her money or stops her from getting or keeping a job. Physical abuse. This is when the victim is pushed, shoved, slapped, hit, punched, or kicked, as well as shot or cut, or other objects are used as weapons against her. This is the most obvious form of domestic violence. But verbal abuse is just as bad as physical. Sexual abuse. This is when she is pressured or forced to participate in any sexual activity against her will. And so as time go on and we continue to have this conversation, I will go more and more into depth of what all I am trying to give back into the community so that people will be aware and we will look out for one another. We will be encouraged if we see something to say something, not set in judgment, because so many people often wonder, well, why don't she leave? Or why don't he leave? Because domestic violence also can include a male being abused as well as a woman, even though in most cases it's a woman and children. But it's not that easy. Sometimes a person is afraid to stay and they are afraid to leave because what people fail to realize, the abuser can threaten not only to kill you, but to kill your children or kill your parents. You know, someone that you love and hold dearly in your life. So it's just not that simple. This is why respect is my main topic when I teach and talk concerning domestic violence. When we respect ourselves from the beginning, then we don't have to go through unnecessary situations, because when you respect yourself from the beginning, as soon as the first red flag show, you will get out of harm's way. You will remove your children out of harm's way. You don't give a second thought to going back or looking back. Common sense will tell you to run. And so this is why so many times people are trapped, because at the first sign, they ignored it. They overlooked it. At the first sign, they didn't think maybe it was that serious, or they doubted their gut feeling, because your gut, I'm a firm believer, your gut, when something just doesn't feel right, stop overlooking that. Stop dismissing that, because, the Lord is trying to tell you something. So we have to be careful when we feel, uncomfortable around an individual. And so we will continue to talk more next time. Have a good day.